This is Chris with Dive Zone Scuba for another technical diving tips, techniques, and trips video.
In this video, we're going to be doing a gear update, and we're going to be talking about different updates involving the utility pouch and also the taming the long hose. So let's start out with the utility pouch. So this is the Excess Scuba Hurricane pouch, which I have been using for a few months now in place of the X-Deep pouch, which broke. The zipper broke, and so we're going to talk about different things that I've done with this in the last few months. All right, so the first thing is that I have replaced the zipper pulls here with the ones that came off of it originally. This was the one that was on the small pocket, and this is the one that was on the large pocket, so you could differentiate which zipper pull you're using. And so what I've done is I've replaced the original zipper pulls with the gear retainers that I spoke about in one of the recent videos. So the idea behind this is you still want something to be able to grab the zipper to make it easier for you to grab it, but at the same time, this can act as a replacement or a replacement gear holder for other gear pieces that you're going to be using to secure your, for example, your long hose or your redundant inflator. So having one of these as the zipper pull instead of the toggle adds more functionality to what you have in case of emergency, in case of one of these things does break. Okay, so that's one thing that's going on there. Another thing is going on with the bottom of the pouch. I don't think I described this correctly. One of the things that people who carry utility pouches on the front may have happen is that while you're swimming, the pouch may flop away. So that obviously is not a desirable situation. So what I've been doing is I've been taking my crotch strap and I've been feeding it through a piece of bungee that goes between the two bottom holes here. And so this crotch strap going through there keeps the pouch next to my crotch strap instead of allowing the pouch to possibly pivot on my waist belt. Another thing here, as far as an update, is this is the Cobra buckle. This is a 1.5-inch Cobra buckle, which I use in my Y-shaped crotch strap here. And this mil-spec Cobra buckle has proven to be extremely reliable and very easy to use. Okay, so those are the few of the updates that I've done with the pouch. So let's talk about the long hose retention system for transport next. And here I have my long hose, and this would apply whether you were using a set of doubles or you were just using the long hose in a recreational single tank configuration. And I have the gear retainer that I talked about with the X-Deep bolt snap on here. And then I also have the necklace regulator. So in the recent necklace regulator video, I talked about how you could take the necklace, a piece of bungee shock cord, and you could tie a necklace to form around your mouthpiece on your necklace regulator, and you could retain it there. What I have here, and I spoke about this one time before a long time ago, is to take a drill or a soldering iron and to actually drill a hole through your exhaust port down here on the regulator, through your exhaust port, and then putting the bungee through it and tying a knot. And so this is what we do. I do for most of my personal diving gear, and also what we're using in the shop for our instructional sets of technical diving regulators. So this offers a much cleaner mouthpiece access with the bungee out of the way off of the mouthpiece. So I have come to prefer this much more than having the actual bungee around the mouthpiece. All right, so let's talk about the both the regulators here now. So we have the long hose regulator, and then we have the necklace regulator. And there was about a year ago two videos involving the long hose, taming the long hose. And the first video had to do with, okay, what do you do with the long hose, the excess long hose, when you are actually diving? And then the second one was had to do with what do you do when you're transporting it. All right, so what I'm going to talk about now is the method that I am currently using to transport the long hose. So basically what I'll do is I'll coil the long hose and then have a similar dimensional wrap on my for my necklace, and I'll take the bungee, and what I'm doing is I'm putting it around, I hit the camera, I'm putting it around the strap here, the shoulder strap. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm wrapping this around the shoulder strap, and then I'm feeding it over the bolt snap. You can feed it over the bolt snap like that and still have bolt snap functionality, or you can actually use the bolt snap to hold the bungee. So what this does is, over some of the other methods, is if you do it this way, then not only does the regulator not go very far, but when you're actually transporting your gear, you can transport it and the regulators don't get in the way while you're walking with your gear. So I have occasionally had to walk a fair distance with my back-mounted doubles, manifolded back-mounted doubles, and this way it keeps the hoses out of the way. So if you really wanted to make this secure, then what you could do is you could take this and you could clip it to one of the shoulder straps, and it would further restrain the positioning here. Generally speaking, for transport, what I will do is I will take the crotch strap, and I don't want this dragging, and so then you can pin all this together, and it will keep it more secure. Nothing will drag. In the gear retainer, the construction, use and construction of the gear retainers, I also talked about the use of a gear retainer for the redundant bladder inflator. And so this is the use of that. I have it around the atomic inflator here, and then this is secured to my right D-ring on the crotch strap. So I do have a longer than normal hose on my redundant bladder inflator, and that's so that it's very easy for me to grab this and then pull this off and then be able to deploy that. So that's one possibility that you can do. And then you can also pull this off and release it that way if necessary. But normally what I would do is I would take this and I would take it off using the bolt snap. I would be using this particular method here to deploy it. Okay, so that's another update of how I'm actually using this system.
This is Chris with Dive Zone Scuba. I hope this video was helpful, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe.